South Carolina, they are being labeled code red states and are expected to experience serious effects from the historically low reserve supply. Joining us now is House Natural Resources Committee ranking member and member of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Congressman Bruce Westerman. Congressman, great to see you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on this very important issue. Business Insider reporting that the Biden administration considering hindering military aid to Saudi Arabia in response to that oil production cut. This would be retaliation. Biden said there were going to be consequences, but we're in a pretty bad spot right now as a result of our domestic policy here at home, as a result of tapping the SPR under the 50% level and continuing to, dig oil out of it. Do you think that this is a wise move right now to start with Saudi Arabia in this way?
Oh, good afternoon, Jackie. So good to be with you. No, I don't think it's a good idea. We're sleeping in the bed that Joe Biden and the Democrats made for us, and it shouldn't be this way. We're seeing the Fed raise interest rates, trying to address the oversupply of money into the economy. But what the administration and nobody's doing is addressing the supply side problems that we have. The reason that we're short on diesel fuel, I read where it's the lowest amount we've had since the 1950s, is because of the all-out attack on domestic energy from Joe Biden and the Democrats. So this is what we should expect with these policies. But fortunately, Republicans have ideas on how to fix this. I hope the American people give us the majority next week so that we can put our policies into place and give this administration the choice to make. Do you want to do what's right for America? Do you want to develop our domestic resources, or do you want to continue to push bad policies like punishing Saudi Arabia on the military side for something that's an economic issue? This is the wrong way to go.
Right. We wouldn't have to retaliate if we had enough production here at home. We wouldn't have a problem. But Congressman, you understand and I understand as well that nobody's going to solve the inflation problem either until we get the energy situation straightened out, because diesel is used to transport everything. So as long as the price of diesel fuel stays high, producers of products are not going to be able to reduce their prices, and they're going to pass those extra costs on to you, me, and the average consumer out there.
Absolutely. Diesel is very important in transportation. It's also very important in agriculture and construction. So as we see diesel prices go up and shortages with diesel, it affects the whole economy. But it's more than just diesel fuel. It's natural gas. It's all the fuels that we use to make electricity. It's been an all-out attack on domestic energy production, and we're seeing increases to heat our homes, to drive our cars. But where it's really hurting the most, I'm afraid, is at the supermarket, because these energy prices they permeate all through the food supply chain, with natural gas being the key ingredient to nitrogen fertilizer, which is basically the basic input to agriculture. So these attacks on domestic energy have hurt people that are on low income and fixed income the most, with increased food prices.
And real quick, last week, top bank CEOs went to Saudi Arabia to speak at a forum there, talking about energy issues. And one of the points that they made was that, essentially, this administration has to figure out some sort of common ground. And they voiced that rather openly. I was surprised. But in the New York Post, Charlie Gasparino writes about how CEOs are trying to fix Biden's Saudi oil mess because he won't. And it's so interesting to me. Everybody seems to get it, but the president. And I have to stand back and think maybe he does get it. He just doesn't care.
It makes you wonder. It's not that hard to see where the problems are. And it's a shame that our CEOs are having to go to Saudi Arabia. Why can't we produce the energy here? We're blessed with domestic energy. We could be creating jobs in the United States, keeping wealth here at home, instead of exporting it to foreign countries and depending on their policies to supply our energy. It's asinine that we're going down the route that we're going, but it can change, and I'm ready to get to work on it on the Natural Resources Committee.
Congressman Bruce Westerman, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Top